Allah elevates those who believe amongst you and who have been given knowledge by degrees. So the more belief, the more knowledge, the higher your rank. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاء. Those who have true khashya of Allah, awe of Allah, are ulama, are people of ilm. Because khashya is fear that is accompanied with knowledge. You cannot say, al-kalb yakhshani, the dog fears me. You can say, al-kalb yakhafuni. Khashya is always maqroona bil-ilm. It has to be coupled with knowledge, or it's not khashya. روى الشيخان عن معاوية رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من يريد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين. So this is what's called a jumla shartiyya. Whomsoever Allah wishes good for or wills good for. من يريد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين. مجزوم بالشرط. So he gives him understanding of the deen. Now later fiqh it meant knowledge of fiqh, of ahkam. That's not the meaning in the hadith. The meaning is understanding, fahm, which can include fiqh and knowledge of fiqh. That's why he's called a faqih, because he understands those ahkam, and fiqh is very important. وروى الشيخان عن أبي موسى رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مثل ما بعثني الله به من الهدى والعلم كمثل غيث أصاب أرضا فكانت منها طائفة طيبة قبلت الماء فانبتت الكلى والعشب الكثير وكان منها أجادب أمسكت الماء ونفع الله بها الناس فشربوا منها وسقوا وزرعوا وأصاب طائفة منها أخرى إنما هي قيعان لا تمسك ماء ولا تنبت كلأ فذلك مثل من فقها في دين الله ونفع وما بعثني الله به فعلم وعلم ومثل من لم يرفع بذلك رأسا من لا يرفع بذلك رأسا ولم يقبل هدى الله الذي أرسلت به. So this hadith is a very important hadith, because the Prophet gives the likeness of what God sent him with from guidance and knowledge. That it's like a rain that settles on a earth, right? Comes down on a earth. And a group منها طائفة طيبة قبلت الماء. So there's a good earth that قبلت الماء. And it's very interesting, قبلت الماء, because one of the things that happens when rain comes is the earth literally soaks the rain. And the reason you get floods is because too much water comes and the earth can't absorb it. Right? So this idea of قبلت الماء, that it accepts the rain is a beautiful and accurate, of course, scientific description. And so al-kala, which is pasturage, kala, wal-ushb. And ushb in Arabic is grass that's moist. If it's not moist, if it's dry, it's called hashish. And fiqh al-lugha, which is the science of knowing the distinctions of words, is important in reading the hadith. So ushab would be moist grass that, when you break it, it's got liquid in it. It's moist. So it produces a lot of grass. وَكَانَ مِنْهَا أَجَادِبُ. And then there's areas that were jadba. It's dry, desiccated. أَمْسَكَتَ الْمَاء وَنَفَعَ اللَّهُ بِهَا النَّاسِ. So those areas, the earth gets it and it benefits others. So the first one, it benefits that earth. The other one, it's just, it holds the water so people go and they can benefit from it. That's like a scholar that doesn't act according to his knowledge. He'll benefit others, but he doesn't benefit from it. Whereas the first one, it benefits him and it benefits the other. فَشَرِبُوا مِنْهَا وَسَقُوا وَزَرَعُوا. So they drink from it, and then they water their crops with it, and and their agriculture. وَأَصَابَ طَائِفَةً مِّنْهَا أُخْرَى إِنَّمَا هِيَ قِيعَانٌ. And then the Prophet ﷺ said that another part of the rain hits qi'an, which is, qa' is a flat earth that's like rock. So the rain doesn't stay, it just runs off of it. لا تمسك ماء ولا تنبت كلأ. It neither holds the water nor brings forth pasturage. فذلك مثل من فقه في دين الله ونفعه. So the first one is like the one who understands the religion of Allah and the religion benefits him. وعلم وعلم. He learns, studies, and then he teaches. ومثل من لم يرفع بذلك رأسا ولم يقبل هدى الله الذي أرسلت به. And then the other are like the one that it doesn't benefit them, and they don't accept the guidance of Allah that the Prophet ﷺ was sent from. And then he says, رواه الشيخان. These are muttafaq alayh. When it says Shaykhan, it means al-Bukhari, Imam al-Bukhari, and Imam Muslim. Muslim is obviously a student and of Imam al-Bukhari. But Imam al-Bukhari, when you see hadith, always the first one mentioned in a riwayah is Malik. So even if it's in al-Bukhari, if it's in Malik as well, he's always mentioned before al-Bukhari. The next one mentioned is Ahmad ibn Hanbal, always. And you can see in modern books, they no longer have this adab. So you'll see like, it'll say, Rawahu al-Bukhari wa Ahmad, because they think al-Bukhari is stronger than Ahmad. But Ahmad is honored higher and over al-Bukhari as an imam. So this is the adab of the muhaddithun, is that they put Malik first, and then Ahmad, unless it's munqata'. And these are daqa'iq of ilm al-hadith. So if it says al-Bukhari wa Malik, then it's from the marasil of Malik, if the scholar knew what he was doing. But when it says the Shaykhan, it means al-Bukhari wa Muslim, and that means it's muttafaqun alayh. When the ulama say it's muttafaqun alayh, it has a high maqam because they both agreed on its sahha. عن سهل بن سعد رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لي علي رضي الله تعالى عنه فوالله لأن يهدي الله بك رجلا واحدا خير لك من حمر النعم. He said, by Allah, that God should use you to guide one person, it's better for you than humr al-na'am, which is the best type of camels. In other words, great worldly wealth. For the Arabs, that was real wealth. So it's like better than gold and silver. وروى البخاري عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهما أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال بلغوا عني ولو آية. بلغوا عني ولو آية. بلغوا تكليف. That's called taklif. عني تشريف. ولو آية تخفيف. So the ulama say that بلغوا is taklif. He's telling you, tell people what I said. عني تشريف. It's an honor to say the Prophet ﷺ said. And then وَلَوْ آيَةٌ, even if it's just a little bit. وَحَدِّثُوا عَنْ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ وَلَا حَرَجٍ. And you can tell the Israeliyat without feeling some kind of constraint. You can mention what the Bible says or what the Jews say about something. The Prophet permitted that. In a riwayah, it says, لَا تُصَدِّقُهُمْ وَلَا تُكَذِّبُوهُمْ. Don't say it's absolutely true, but don't deny it either. So there's wisdom in their books. The ulama mention this, the tafsirs mention it. The Bible has much wisdom, but because of the problems of transmission, they don't have the same authoritative basis of transmission that we do because of the preservation of the isnad and the mutawatir. So ahad things got into their books, and also some distortions, tahrif. وَمَنْ كَذَبَ عَلَيَّ مُتَعَمِّدًا فَلْيَتَبَوَّأَ مَقْعَدُهُ مِنَ النَّارِ. And this portion of the hadith is mutawatir. This is, in other words, that has the same veracity as an ayah in the Quran. Whoever lies about what I said, let him take his seat in hell. So to tell a lie on the Prophet is one of the worst things that somebody can do. روى مسلم عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له أو له به كذلك طريقا إلى الجنة. روى مسلم عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: من دعا إلى هدى كان له من الأجر مثل أجور من تبعه لا ينقص ذلك من أجورهم شيئا. So whoever calls to guidance, he has the same reward as the rewards of those who follow him. And that does not diminish from their rewards anything. So if you teach somebody and they act according to your teaching, this is one of the reasons why so many shuyukh wrote awrad. Because there's no wird that the Prophet did that we have in order. We know what he said, but we don't have any wird specifically he did this, then this, then this. So the ulama always put, it's not because there aren't enough of them already. There are plenty of awrad by great ulama. But they want people to do their wird, so they get the reward of the person doing the wird. So it's a blessing to do that, if obviously if you can. So anyway, and now finally the last one. This is important. رواه الشيخان عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهما قال: سمعت رسول الله يقول: إن الله لا يقبض العلم انتزاعا ينتزعه من الناس ولكن يقبض العلم بقبض العلماء حتى إذا لم يبق عالما, and there's a riwayah حتى إذا لم يبق عالم اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فسئلوا فأفتوا بغير علم فَضَلُّوا وَأَضَلُّوا. It's a very important hadith. Allah will not take knowledge suddenly by seizing it from people's breasts. But the loss of knowledge is in the death of scholars. Until Allah leaves no scholar on the earth, people will take leaders who are ignorant and they will ask them questions, and they will give them fatwa, and they will lead them astray. And they themselves go astray by doing it. This is very important, because this is the time that we're living in, so it's important for people to be aware of that. There's plenty of fatwas that are completely insane today.